you can Zelda.
Hey guys, I'm here with the three runners of the upcoming Zelda 100% race. We've got BT, Random Effect, and JSR2 Gamers. This is going to be an awesome race. I absolutely love Zelda 1. It's one of my favorite speed games, actually. And I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about this upcoming race. So I guess JSR2, so this is a game where you have to react on the fly to so many things that are happening. And we've seen these races so far where, a lot of it is just kind of these really, really difficult tricks, but you kind of know what's being thrown at you. Whereas I feel in Zelda 1, well, to some extent, you don't know what the enemies are going to do. Do you feel like there's a lot of reaction necessary in this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of points in this run where you know what to expect, but you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. And unfortunately, that's kind of what makes this such a dynamic speed run. Is the run could literally die at any moment. I mean, you just have to really understand what could happen and prepare for it. And then if it does happen a different way than you expect, you just roll with it the best you can.
Yeah, because I mean, if you really need a bomb drop and you just don't get it, you just have to find a way to adapt. So, random effects, as you're kind of going into this race, how can you prepare for just getting bad bomb luck?
Well, there is a mechanic where you can force bombs in the game and you can force rupees. This any percent and 100% kind of both demand bombs and rupees throughout the run if you want a good time. So you can always have it at your disposal if you play well. It's not up to just random chance if you get them. If you get the random drops, fantastic, but it's not determined that way. And as long as you can play your level, you can get what you need. And there are certain points in the game, I'm sure these guys know, that you set your force drops. And as long as you just don't get hit, which is saying a lot sometimes, but as long as you don't get hit, you can always determine when you're going to get them at the optimal times. And that's what we are going to hope for, especially in the first two levels of this game. So hopefully we'll get them.
Yeah. BT, so as far as this race goes, you're able to just kind of peek over at another person's TV and see where they are in relation to you. Do you plan on changing your strats at all if you see you're running behind or if you see you're ahead of the others, like to make it to play a bit more risky or safer, respectively?
I don't think so. The thing about Zelda is that there's a lot of different things going on at the same time, but no matter how fast you are, you can't make the game run any faster. So if you're trying to get ahead of where you are in the game, you're going to end up making mistakes. If you try to run along the grid and stab before you've landed on a complete grid tile, then you might not be able to turn the sword. Things will happen like that. So I think it's important to maybe know the pacing of the other guys, but ultimately you can't make the game go any faster than it runs. So you're just trying to get through, recognize the seed pattern that you're on, the kind of RNG you're facing, and then maybe you'll catch up to them later on. Just do you.
Random Effect, we were talking a bit about bombs a moment ago. Kind of achieving those counts and keeping track of it in your head is so important. And there are several different counts to be aware of as well. So you're kind of tracking all these numbers in your head. Is that difficult in a marathon setting like this?
It can be. It depends on how distracted you can get. But I think all of us are going to be as focused as we can. But yeah, there are 3 counters in the game that we sort of try to keep track of. And at least we're trying to keep track of all 3 at the beginning of the game. But as the game progresses, I think we all kind of default to just getting the bomb counter in our head after the first couple levels. But yeah, it can be a little odd at first. And it's probably one of the most demanding aspects of the game when you get into it is keeping track of all those counters and not relying just on the random luck. That's going to drive your time down and drive you to great runs to get going.
Cool. And then this is going to be a 100% run, whereas maybe viewers and your followers might be kind of more used to an any percent run. So what's different, JSR2, in a 100% run? I mean, obviously you're collecting everything, but can you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, the cool thing about any percent is that you can kind of work a lot of the rupees you need to complete the run through, like he was saying, forcing a count. And in 100%, rupees are much more important because we have to get the bomb upgrades. We have to purchase more things. So it's much more important to route those rupees in. It does also allow for more dynamic routing, though. There's actually 2 different routes we're going to be running, so it'll be kind of cool for the viewers because they're going to be running the current world record route by Yunus, and I'll be running the former world record route, which is very similar, but it will create a diversion about halfway through the run. That should be pretty exciting for the viewers because they won't really know who's ahead until later in the run, so it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the thing with this category is we're trying to get the highest grade non-consumable items in the game. So we can skip lower grade items if we want, as long as we get the highest grade. So we have to end with the red ring, the red candle, and the magical sword. But we're going to skip the white sword. We're going to skip the blue ring, but we will get the blue candle. And the reason for that is it's faster. It's faster to get it by the routing that we do because we have to get a lot of other items in the game and a lot of secrets that are under bushes. So it's better to get the blue candle early.
Do you have to get the bomb upgrades as well?
Yes, we do. So the bomb upgrades are required, all heart containers. The only thing that we don't have to get, so I said non-consumable items. So we don't have to get the magical shield because it is consumable by likes. And we don't have to get any potions because those are consumable, but we will get the letter.
And not all keys, I guess, as well?
Correct.
Not all keys, no.
We do get the any key, though.
Yes, so we route in, the key routing is actually really interesting compared to any percent, because you get to run out of keys right when you pick up the magical key, and then afterwards you could go to level 7, which is like a 4-key deficit dungeon. So it's great to be able to skip a lot of the rooms. But another main difference between the 2 routes, between any percent and 100%, is that about halfway through, you're packing 12 bombs, and you don't need to make any more rupees appear. You have all of your items, you have all your gear. And so the more bombs you lay, the more bombs you get, and sometimes you can just pick up a lot of steam at the end of the run through level 6, 8, 7, and 9 in that order.
Got it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a less demanding run in the mid-game for sure.
Cool. Well, let's get to a few Twitter questions here from you guys. From JRP2234, we've got, so from an execution standpoint, how demanding is it to run this game, JSR2?
There's a lot of points in the run, because like he was saying earlier, we have this run down to the point where we know exactly what we're going to kill, in what order we're going to kill it, and we know what that should set up. One mistake at a very crucial point, and you have to completely change your entire routing. So being on point with your execution, not taking a hit, keeping your counts, and obviously not lowering your health to the point where you're in trouble and you might die, it is not only important, it is the run. I mean, if you can't do that, you're not going to have a run complete. And that's one of the biggest roadblocks for new runners. They have trouble executing because they're not used to the mechanics, and then they take hits, they can't force bombs, and then they end up, having rip run.
I do think one of the interesting things about this game is the different routes you can take. There are, even in any percent, 100%, I don't know too many alternate routes, but in any percent, I can name like 7 routes that you can do. From beginner to completely advanced in the world record route. And you kind of move along them as much as you want, depending on your skill level. Some people dive right into the world record route, some people take the easier routes and then kind of work their way towards the world record. And all of them have their own aspects to them of execution and knowledge of the game to make you progress and get better times. So it's a very easy game to pick up, a very, very difficult game to get a very good time in.
This is a question I'm particularly curious about from Saul's Waslib. So the Zelda series has something like 17 canon games now. What drew you to the original BT, and what makes you keep wanting to play the original over the others?
The original Zelda was the game I grew up with. We had probably Zelda, Dragon Warrior, Rygar, and like a couple like Pac-Man, Millipede, things like that. So Zelda was just the game that we had, and I played it, loved it, and my grandpa played it and loved it, and he showed us how to get through certain levels, and it was just a great, growing up experience with cousins and, uncles and things like that.
I realized it was actually the first game I ever beat, so it's a
that's
proud moment for me.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment. And then as far as like speed running, I think it's really important if you want to take up speed running, if you want to get into it, it has to be a game that you just can't get sick of if you want to keep playing. So I love the game. And no matter how many times I play it, it never gets old. There's always something to look at, something to improve on. And for me, that's just the game that it is. I've played a lot of the Zelda series, and I'm a real big fan. But keep coming back to Zelda 1 because it's mechanically beautiful. There's a little bit of mystery still out there. We're still finding routes, screen improvements, and just trying to make it the tightest run.
Cool. All right, well, thank you guys so much for your time. Good luck in the race coming up. You are all just so much more special than each of your crappy opponents. So good luck to each of you. It's going to be a really fun race. It's a lot of fun. Coming up, we have Tintin in Tibet, and then right after, we've got the race with these guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
And I am cheering for Random Effect mostly because of that awesome sweater that you're wearing today.
Yeah. And how about you, Jay Coper? Who are you cheering for?
You know, the inviting me to hosting, I'd go for BT, but I think I'll root for you know, no one to run out of bombs in level 5 or something like that.
That's a very
right.
generous
Yeah,
thing.
that's a good one.
All right, so are we ready to go? We got, if you don't know, we got JSR, Big T, RE. That's our short form for this, and we should do a countdown, right?
Yes.
All right, so 5,
4.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, a quick, what the category means here. No Up+A is basically short form for no resetting, no death warping, no going into the menu and using Up+A on the second controller. It's one controller, one life, one controller, one game, one go. 100%, it's all all top-level dungeon items. You can skip the mid-level range. The 2 bomb upgrades, the letter, and all hearts.
And the wand.
Yep.
And all dungeon items.
Yep.
That
Oh, and
aren't
dungeon
upgraded.
items,
Yeah,
yes.
that aren't upgraded.
But 2 things to note. If it's a consumable item, they don't have to get the magical shield can be consumed by like, so it is ignored, and they get the letter and no potions.
Yes, potions consume. You just buy them and use them over and over. Same with the magical shield. So,
Ooh, we got
nice.
two bomb drops.
And all right, so let's talk about the route. So I'm only going to let you guys do that.
Yeah, so the route looks very similar to the any percent no Up+A route for the first 2 boards, and then we go to and then they do a world wrap to go to 2. They're really just trying to keep their bombs up at a max here, especially early because of the Manhandla fight, which is probably the scariest part of this whole run. And BT forces the bomb there, so he's pretty good.
And the forcing bombs, as we mean, there's an old man in level 8 who tells us the 10th enemy has a bomb. For years, nobody knew what that meant. But now we know, as of several years ago, you kill the 10th enemy without getting hit with a bomb, and you get a bomb. If you use your sword, you get a 5 rupees. So that will be used to get money and bombs when needed, but you cannot get hit or problems will be had.
The random effects of level 3 are coming into play as JSR is having issues getting bombs here.
And the puns start.
Yeah, but he's able to force one there. So keeping your count in this game is extremely important for bomb and money management, and even health management at some points.
Yeah. And this is probably one of the most dangerous things coming up. Manhandla has been stated. BT will do the thing first. Perfecto.
Nice,
All right,
nice.
Ari's up next.
2.
Nice.
Let's
Come on,
get 3.
JSR. Come on.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
All right, so what JSR will probably do some backup strats. Since he died, he'll have to return to the room that he died in, but that's Manhandla, so he's got to do that anyway. Going to go for some bombs and then redo it.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. You can't. There's a room drop that he can get that's a little off of the route, but he should be able to get back into the swing of things soon.
Yeah, this level 3 is, it's full of resetting points for, runners, and it's tough. It really is when you only got 3 hearts.
Yeah. But anyway, back to BT. He's working through level 4, and Ari's very close behind. So we've got a pretty good race here for first and second.
I guess we could mention what they just did there, even though it was in the dark. It was a scroll in the dark, clipped through a block. Man, how do you want to describe the clips in this game?
I think
You just line up on a random point in the screen and then push a couple buttons and you get through somehow. I don't even know how it works.
yeah, it does
Yeah.
some sort of weird thing. Don't you also have to like drink a glass of water while standing on your head?
Yeah, there's a couple other things you have to
Okay.
do. So
I knew
There
it
it
was
is.
something in
There
there.
it is.
Yeah.
hey,
Second try and hand one.
Yeah.
All
Good,
right.
good recovery.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the scariest part of this run for sure. So
Yeah.
claimed one victim, but still a lot of time left.
Yes, there's a lot of turning points in this run.
That's a good ladder grab for BT here. About 4 minutes 5 seconds into the run, which is acceptable in a record attempt. So it's fantastic in a marathon run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Random's trying to get a little bobble bop there to reset the count.
All right.
Now, in the 100% run, we also get a few more keys than starting out than what we would get in the 80% route. And we also, because of the way stuff is done to get the Annie key later, which we'll get to.
All right, some successful ladder clips through. That's a 2-tile ladder, which you wouldn't be able to use, but we can clip on the first part of the lake thing, and we're good to go.
Now the Gleeok fight coming up is it's a fun fight. 16 hits with the wooden sword.
I think you might see JSR take a different route through level 4, perhaps later.
He needs to form a bomb.
There it is. Very good.
Nice bomb, nice
A good
Gleeok,
bomb drop.
and nice Gleeok.
Random
Very
gets
nice,
the real up.
Ari.
Well played.
My man, let's go. Catching up to BT.
Yeah. Now, normally in the 80% round, we would go straight to level 1, but no, not this time. We're going to level 2 and collect some heart containers on the way through some screen scrolling and a world wrap.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Yunus, who's the world record holder in this category. He couldn't be here. He has done so much for this game, and especially this category, has helped come up with the route and has really pushed the time down. And I just wanted to mention him today.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
one of the best runners in this game.
Routers,
by far,
too,
yeah,
yeah.
and routers. He's contributed a lot. So,
Yeah, I think he has a 35, 22,
26.
26.
Yeah.
I was trying to give him some more credit. If he deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we have to collect all of the hearts too, and this looks very similar to the No Up+A route, where we get the ladder heart wrapping around the world, and the raft heart as well. So, and they're going to head to level 2 right after this.
JSR completely bomb-starved.
Yeah, the good news is level 2's next in his route, so if he can get out of here, should be okay with bombs. Using the select button to get through here with being able to pause. Yeah, all right. And, this has happened to all of us where we've been in a high-pressure situation and have had to either be out of bombs or low health and still had to to fight the Gleeok or manhandle us. So he's pulling through, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well played. Well played,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Ideally, you'd like to have bombs going into. Oh wait.
Yeah, they're going
I
to
guess.
two, so.
I guess if he doesn't get bombs, he's gonna have to adjust his route slightly
Yes.
into. But
Yeah.
it's not 100% required. I think.
No,
he'll-
it's not the end of the world.
So,
Yes, they're remembering to get the magical
Yeah.
boomerang, which
Yes.
is very important because no Up+A does not, or any percent does not get that. So they have to detour here and get this. And this is actually a pretty
yeah,
tough
I was
room.
going to say, deceptively tough to get
Yeah.
efficient.
Yep. Luckily, there's a bomb pack in the next room just sitting on the floor, so you can kind of use your bombs to kill those gorillas that have 5 health with the wooden sword.
Yeah.
So.
It's, I guess you don't have to get the boomerang in level 1 because it's replaced by the magical boomerang in 2. So they won't be getting that particular item. Any mid-range up item can be skipped, just like a white sword will also be skipped in this run.
Yeah, there's never a reason to get the Lord Banana. Never.
Yeah. All right, the Dongo was good enough.
Dodongo.
Yeah, good enough.
And they want to have about 60 rupees leaving level 2, so they're both in good shape here.
Mm-hmm.
They they have to buy the candle, the blue candle, just like in any percent OPA. They're definitely not going to buy a key, which they could with this route because they will have enough money. Sometimes you walk up through the middle and walk through the key, but they're not going to do that here.
Well, they're actually going to be using different routes after level 2, though. JSR will be buying the candle immediately and heading a different direction.
Yep. And we had another great moment of boss RNG there with Troll Dongo for RE.
Yeah,
But-
Ari had a little bit of an issue with the Dodongo, but that's one of the random elements that only costs time. It doesn't cause heartburn
Yeah.
like Manhandla does.
Or,
Finally, JSR
Yeah,
gets
gets
a
a
random
random
drop.
bomb.
It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah. It's been one of those.
that's a
runs
good
for
spot
him.
to get it, so now he
Yeah.
can use that on the Gorillas for the magical boomerang that we don't want anybody to forget.
The magic boomerang might get thrown once or twice in this run, perhaps.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
that would be the preference.
Good clear on that room. And the inferior banana has been gotten by all three. And there's also a letter we don't want him to forget either, right?
Yeah.
And the letter just takes up a spot in the inventory for this run. They won't use it. Hopefully, won't select it either.
Yeah.
I think there's some argument for maybe at least showing it to the old woman, but not that important. You're going to see BT do something here after he gets this money from the northeast corner. Going to probably clip into the HUD a little bit. At this point, it doesn't really save a whole lot of time, but at least it looks cool for if nothing else.
You got me intrigued.
There he goes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
hey,
so there he goes.
The HUD takes the kind of properties of the room that you're on, the top half of it. So that saves a little bit of time on little bit?
Yeah,
Little bit.
that one saves almost nothing, but
Yeah.
the one that they'll do later in the
Yeah,
run
of course.
saves
Yeah, yeah,
significant
yeah.
time. So,
So he's just doing it to show off.
yeah.
Yes.
That's my kind of guy.
Okay, yeah, this is just a bunch of, buying stuff. So if we have any quick donations to get in before we get into level 5, this would be an awesome time to do so.
All right, thank you. We have a $200 donation from I'm a Sock, donating in memory of my grandfather who lost his second battle against lymphoma in September of 2016. The summer after he passed away, I found these 3 amazing Zelda 1 runners and many others playing in a randomizer tournament and picked up speedrunning Zelda 1 randomizers ever since. Thanks to everyone here representing the Zelda 1 community and doing your part to help others with their battle against cancer. You guys are all amazing, and I am happy to have been a part of this community. Good luck, we're all counting on you.
Nice.
Awesome donation.
Yeah. So now, level 5.
Yeah, BT's the first one to head to the recorder room here, which has 6 dark nuts.
Yes, yeah.
And they have 8 health, so he's going to be using his bombs to try to take them out. And there's a bomb upgrade right after this, so using all but one of them is important because you need one to get the upgrade.
Yes, let's not use them all.
Yeah, you can manipulate them to an extent, but sometimes they will just do what they want because dark nuts.
Yeah, they're very hard to kind of corral, but we've actually had some discoveries recently by some members of the community. Fistbit, I believe,
Yes.
was the one who found out that they focused on a spot in the room, or they focused on Link, and they will kind of walk towards that. So we've used that in a ROM hack to kind of visualize that, and it's helped out. It's actually helped out a lot. I think it's helped everybody kind of have better rooms there. So
So you
BT does knock them down.
Yeah.
So-
You see RE getting the bombs first.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have 12, and he upped his count by bombing the old man, which I'm in favor of as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either
Always,
either
yeah.
he upped his count or he did it because he was in spite of it. Either way, it works. That's Fred, I believe, the old man.
You're getting okay patterns here. He's
Yeah,
kind of had
yeah.
a lot of singles, but
Yeah.
he's going to sword down this last one. Shouldn't be
Yeah.
an issue with
Yep.
full health. So
Yeah, and the any percent run, that room is a lot more scarier because you got way less health, but you got a little more leeway in Hundo with more hearts, but it's still a difficult room
Yeah.
regardless.
yeah,
Like one of the special properties about darkness is that whichever way you're facing when you lay a bomb down, if the darkness is facing in the opposite direction, when it gets hit by it, it actually won't take damage. It'll just get knocked back, which makes the room even more dynamic. It makes it kind of fun, actually, I think.
yeah.
it
If you
doesn't-
could just walk
yeah.
in and drop bombs without any
Yeah.
kind of regard for the direction, it probably wouldn't be as fun. I
Yeah.
agree. Fun,
strategic.
A lot of strategic. A lot of other runners would probably say it's not fun. And yeah, Ari kept that bomb pack there so he could get some more bombs after that room, so that he would be have as many as possible.
Yeah, it's kind of a preference thing, whether you get more bombs for the blue Darknet room or you get more bombs for just from now until the time where you get the second bomb upgrade in level 7.
Now, if there's any justice here, JSR is going to get a great Darknet pattern.
Yes,
So.
I concur.
Yeah, and he's going to get the bomb upgrade before going in there, I would imagine, with 3 bombs here, and he does. So it is good that you have that option depending on your counts.
Now,
Great fight by BT there on the Dig Dogger. And he's just he's having a really good run. So and Ari's right behind him. So this is a really good race.
And the recorder does a couple things. It'll let you damage Dig Dogger. Another thing, it lets you travel between levels. Depending on which way you're facing, it'll either take you, default to your level 1, it'll take you up a level or down a level, and they're going to blow the whistle down twice, or is it once?
2 times.
Yeah, 2. And they will go to, they're going to level 1 now, but on the way to level 1, there's a heart container, another 30 second. Now, the important thing, leaving level 1, they need to be at 80 rupees.
Yes, or they'll have to grab a backup, which does take a considerable amount of time.
There wasn't justice in the world.
Maybe 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no justice, unfortunately.
BT grabs his racing heart. There.
And I also want to give a shout out to everybody in the Zelda 1 community. It has grown so much over the years, and Vanilla and Rando, and thank you everybody for getting involved in this. It's a wonderful thing, and the community is one of the greatest. If you need a good NES, if you want to start with a great community, I recommend Zelda community. Zelda 1, Zelda 2, awesome people. Love you too.
We've had some amazing turnout just here among the Zelda 1 community. There's almost too many people to count who play Zelda 1 here.
All right, they are not in this route because keys aren't as important because of the magical key. They're not doing the pirouette out of 1 to open that opening door.
That is one of the options, but I think they opted for a different one.
Yeah, there's
the error key is probably what replaced it.
Yeah.
And Ari also getting the required rupees there, so he's got enough to buy the arrows after level 1. They're just about there's 3 rooms difference between them, so they're still pretty close.
now
Another required item here, the bow,
Bo get.
the D as we like to call it.
Yeah. Let's see JSR's.
Outstanding.
Very nice fight.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
good fight there.
Probably another good time for donations as they walk through level 1.
All right, thank you. We have a $5 donation from JRP2234. I just want to say hi to my friend on the couch, Cantaloupe. Also, good luck, runners. Have fun.
Love you too, Joel.
We have a $50 donation from Kyle122 who says it's a secret to everybody.
Indeed.
$50 from Siley Person. Have to donate during the Legend of Zelda race. Great to see so many amazing runners of this game in one place. Shout out to Lack Attack 24 on the couch.
Thanks, silly person. Both BT and Ari did not grab the map, which kind of disappoints me, but that's okay.
That makes me feel great.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't know there was a map there.
Yeah.
Ultimate map swag.
There's maps in this game?
Wow. 7.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Okay, now, with the 80 rupees that we mentioned earlier, you have the bow out of level 1, but here's the thing. You need to buy arrows with rupees to use the bow, but whenever you fire your arrows, it still uses rupees.
Yeah.
Talk about interest on your purchase.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Another not required item they're about to get here, the power bracelet. In regular Zelda, lets you do the Take Any Roads. which I think they'll be using. If I'm
Yeah, they do actually use this in this route after level 6 to go to level 8 and pick up a heart container as well.
Yeah.
You notice JSR did re-enter level 1 to open the top door because he didn't get the extra key out of level 4.
Yeah. Yes, that's one of the 3 keys that you kind of have your option to do. That one, the Moldorm, and the error key mentioned.
Yeah, in second quest, the power bracelet is required to complete the game. But first quest, nah. But in this category, yes, get all the things. And speaking of all the things, our runners have 12 hearts. I learned how to count one these days. And that lets you get the magical sword, not the master sword, the magical sword.
Yes.
Yep.
He does say master using this, but
Yeah,
maybe
well, he says
that's
it for the white sword too. So
that's true.
yeah. So that's magical sword's 4 damage versus 1 of the wood swords, so it's a significant upgrade. And man, so for instance, the dark nuts that you fought in 5 were 8 damage from the sword. Now it only takes 2 hits to kill them.
And we're starting to get a lot more powerful enemies in the game. The wizards can shoot at you, but thanks to Darkwing's tutorial, we actually know how to fight them, where to stand. And BT just had a really good room there using that beam sword effectively.
Yep.
RE 2 rooms behind, trying to take down these bats in the belfry.
Yep. Bats in the belfry, shouts Prez J. Polk. Yep, and JSR will be migrating his way to 6 as well. Now, there's an item in 6 that isn't really seen much in vanilla, but it's called the Wand. Same attack power as the White Sword, but they will not be using it in this run because they have a better sword.
Yep.
It's a fantastic weapon. It's too bad that it can't get more use in this run.
Yep.
They could use it in combination with the sword, but it takes time to switch to it, and in the end, it's probably not worth it.
No, because of what we get in level 8 that causes problems with the Wand. Book.
BT's still with Beam Sword here, really playing well in 6, getting through that Wizrobe pattern and chasing him out the room.
Yeah, that's another thing we didn't touch on. With so much health, you want to end each level with as much health as possible because you have to sit through the refill animation, and it adds up over the run. Eunice's record run, he had a 0 refill leaving 6, and that just caused a huge time gain right there.
Yeah, it's 21 frames, which is essentially 1/3 of a second every half heart that you gain upon getting the Triforce. So if you're down, 5 hearts, that is 4 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. So we always try to leave with max health.
That makes learning fighting in this game a lot different than other games where it's okay to take damage to go through as an advantage to killing enemies. Here, it's generally not an advantage to do so.
Serious time for tough boss.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. We got him. And a 1 heart refill. That deserves a lava cake.
Yeah.
Even if you watch a task of this game, even if they'll take a damage boost, they will refill their health and before any Triforce refill.
Yep.
Now we're going to see a take any road. They'll take the middle spot, which will take them on the coast.
Time's looking pretty good right now. 22-22
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
And JSR with a great magical breakfast rune too, so he's playing well.
He's
He's only down 1 heart,
Yeah.
so he is catching up a little bit.
Yes. I think his level 5 was still actually a little quicker.
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest Darknut pattern, but it was better than what the other 2 got. So.
I'm not sure. So JSR has actually picked up the coast turret on the south coast already as well. So it's possible that his rope might gain a little time back for him.
That is true. Yeah, he'll probably just go straight to level 8 after this.
Right.
You see JSR being very relieved that he didn't get orange beamed. The orange Rizzarobe does 4 damage to you. Only Ganon's physical attack does more, or does the same. So it's the strongest attack in the game.
Or is otherwise known as the Hyrule Driver.
Yeah.
You see BT doing several little clips here to get through the HUD. It's not quite getting the right pixel there.
Otherwise, you have to go an extra couple of rooms to get to.
There we go.
Level 8.
Still save time.
Probably, yeah.
Good chance.
Now we're about to get somebody's favorite item,
Yeah.
Lizzie's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they have to detour here to the magical book, which is the first item, and it gives you fire for the wand. Most people don't prefer it, but it can actually be helpful in some dungeons.
Yeah. Any dungeons with likes or
Yeah.
keys. If you're using the wand for keys, it's good.
Book.
Yeah. RE missing the. But now since the HUD has some differences in pixels, it's a little bit of a different clip when you're in there altogether.
Yes, absolutely.
Nicely done, though. Got that a little quicker than BT, maybe making up a little time there.
Yep.
Now the other item in 8 is the any key, as we have called it, the magical key. It will take care of any key problems that they will never have.
The interesting thing about the getting the magical key is that it adds a kind of a newish enemy. It's the blue Goma. It takes 3 hits from the wood boomerang to get.
Wooden arrows.
Wooden arrows, not
Yeah.
the boomerang. The boomerang doesn't do any damage to it.
Yeah. That would be nice, I guess.
That would be fun.
That would be actually be pretty
yeah,
fun.
that
Have
would
we ever
be, yeah.
tested that? Maybe we should.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
I may have tested a few
Oh,
things.
okay.
Makes
cool.
a beautiful clank, though.
Yeah. The BT in the Blue Lagoon here, the second version, he has to go north here to get to any key. But he is clearing out all of them. I guess.
Yeah, he could leave 1 or 2 alive as long as
yeah.
he doesn't damage them. But
Yeah. So you can clear out all of them, and then they won't be there on the way back.
Yep.
So this Goma is actually a big variant in time, depending on the direction he goes and depending on your accuracy. You have to hit him 3 times, as Darkwing said earlier. And if he goes right, you cannot hit him 3 times. If he goes left or straight down,
That was close. He almost 3-cycled.
you can get him. But yeah, it's about I think it's 8 seconds.
Something in that range,
It's
yeah.
it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
And from the route diversion, we could see JSR has caught up significantly, actually.
Yeah. All in the same dungeon, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ari's
Yeah.
taking some damage here, so he's gonna have to be careful about his health.
Yep.
Down to 3 hearts.
ooh, that's
Oh,
No, that's-
takes a death.
that's not good. Now he's gonna have to go back and kill the first Dark Nut room again as well. So this is gonna be a
Yeah,
little
they're actually tied
tricky.
now for
Yeah.
second and third, going through the door about a
Right.
second apart.
Right,
But
but-
Ari is much lower in health, so gonna have to hopefully get some drops here.
Blue Dark Nuts do drop hearts at a high rate.
And fairies.
And
They
fairies.
have 2 and 10 for the fairies.
2 and 5.
2 and 5.
So this game has a global counter. That's 0 through 9, 1 through 10, however you want to describe it. So there's 10 drops for each enemy. For the Blue Dark Nuts, there are 6 hearts and 2 fairies on the 8. So they're very likely to drop health when you kill them.
BT, meanwhile, moving through the second Gliok here quite
Yeah.
quickly, and
Yeah, Gliok
On
is
a great pace.
significantly easier with the magical sword.
Yeah, he has 28 health.
Yeah.
So.
So 10 hits, 10 health on the first head, 6 head on a subsequent head.
Not getting many health.
Oh, was that a
drops here.
1 cycle from JSR?
Yes.
Yeah,
One
very nice.
cycle.
Fantastic. That's great.
1 cycle is always nice.
give me that heart. There we go.
Yeah, nice sword work there by Ari.
He's not out of the woods yet. He's still got to get through the rest of this level. And if he dies at any point, he's going to have to clear both those Blue Dark Nut rooms again.
Now, BT, he is using the recorder. He has 1 more item left to buy in 7. That would be a bomb upgrade. And,
Red candle.
yep, there is a red candle. Red
I think
candle's nice.
somebody's name title here was "Don't Forget Red Candle." All right,
Nice
JSR,
fighting
yeah.
inside the block there. Not able to take damage from anything while he's in there.
Probably,
This is good strategy.
probably the biggest reason why they come to 8 before coming to 7 and doing that last is because you need to use a lot of keys in 7. And coming to 8 and getting the magic key, which you have to get anyway, allows you to skip a couple keys earlier and just use the magic key to open all of the many key doors in level 7.
Good Gleok
yeah,
fight.
great fight there by JSR.
Yeah, didn't take any damage.
No,
What's his health? I
he's
can't
got 3.5
see.
over
Oh,
here.
yeah, okay, that
so.
should be plenty for Gleok.
He can also farm some health from the.
You might be doing
Yeah,
that
have
here.
hearts.
He might have been working on a forced fairy there.
Oh, it
There's
looks like
2
he got
hearts.
2 hearts, so that's
that should be
that's a
plenty,
big help. Yeah.
Okay, but here's another thing. Random just used his last bomb. He will need another bomb before he goes into 7 to be able to get the bomb upgrade.
Yeah, worst case scenario, he can get one by going to the right, but he'd like to not have that time lost.
There we go.
Finally out of 8.
Yeah, good recovery, sir.
Way to go.
Now, the bait that was bought after level 8, we were about to see the use of the bait.
Yeah, so the bait is a required item in first quest. It's not required in the second quest, but it's necessary in the second quest, 100%.
Yes.
To get an item.
Get twice. You have to use it twice.
Yep, you need it for Magic Boomerang and
Oh,
Magic
that's
Key.
true. Yeah, Magic Boomerang. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't need to buy it and have it in your inventory to complete 100% as we define it.
Right.
Correct. Now down the stairway is the ever elusive red candle. So I think we can get another round of donations in real quick. If you got any, Sky?
I do. We have a $235 donation from Pierpont Lumpkin. No comment, but thank you very much, Pierpont.
French runner, I believe. No, he's the American. Okay.
Yeah.
I always
French
mistake.
name, but
French
American.
name, yeah.
Yeah.
But Penulf is doing the French restream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
he's,
true,
He's
yeah.
a Zelda runner.
So, merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a nice group in the French community. It's,
Yeah.
Ari did get his random bomb drop in the overworld, so he does not have to detour, which is really good. We'll save him some time.
Outstanding.
probably took a few more kills than you would have liked, but you, know, you can't blame once you get it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this Wallmaster room that BT is in, it can if you get grabbed by one, they do bad things. They take you back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah, it'd be a huge time loss. I know that from personal experience recently.
Yes, I concur.
But yeah,
I think
pretty embarrassing. It's just you can't really say anything. You just hang your head. But
Yeah, pretty much.
everybody that's ran this game for a long time has at least gotten grabbed once.
and it's always funny.
Yep.
Wasn't to me when it happened to me. It was a tournament that happened in. It's
That's
awful.
extra funny actually.
Yeah. Who's laughing back there at that?
It's an easy crowd with the.
Oh, we got.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
we got
nice.
the crotch candle.
Yeah, nice.
That's a one-frame trick, by the way. It's,
Yeah.
Yep.
That the crotch sword is not really necessary for the most part. The benefit of it is you might be able to kill a Keese without spending the time to actually swing your sword, and they don't get in the way on your way out. It's a slight benefit, but it's always something fun to go for.
So BT's already on his way to level 9 here.
Oh,
Making
yeah.
a quick
Yeah.
rip of the game.
Yeah.
I believe you need 9 bombs to get through level 9.
Yes.
Is that correct? And 100% because you have to detour to get the red ring. The red ring gives you 4 times 4 times defense.
Yeah.
So it
Quarters damage taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if any of them die in level 9, we will make fun of them endlessly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
Okay, JSR gets
Ooh, is he
through.
going to do the clip? Oh, he's going to do the nice block clip.
Nice.
Very nice.
Courtesy of me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. I didn't even get a donation yet. I'm so upset.
I know. I
What's
got
up,
one of you
guys?
did it.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Since BT doesn't need that first key in level 9, he gets to take a little different route at the beginning than you might be used to seeing.
Yep.
So 2 items in 9. Red ring increases your defense by 4. So you got 16 hearts. Multiply time. You have 64 hearts after you pick that up.
Pretty
Technically.
much, yeah. It's actually kind of a little bit of a difficult route to get to. There's some patches to go through. There's a wizard rope room you'll clip through, but it's still kind of dangerous. They can take a good chunk of damage here.
And the Patra has the map, by the way.
Yep.
So hopefully see BT get through this patch without taking any damage by stabbing and dropping that bomb. Didn't happen, but it is possible to get through there. Yeah, and this room is kind of tricky because there's bubble, there's likes, and they can spawn kind of anywhere and move around. And this room's extra scary.
Good job.
He made it through with 11 hearts, so he's now will be up to 44 hearts.
Yeah.
So he's got plenty of health.
If he dies from here, we'll have to dot shame him.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And he's nodding agreement.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And at this time, we do have a pretty close race for second at the moment because JSR is heading into 9. Random is on his way to 9.
The JSR has the required number of bombs, so he's in good shape. BT has a good number as well. You can walk straight up through this patcher if he moves to the right. Maybe I shouldn't mention it because he's run into both of them.
Yeah, way to go, commentator.
Hey, go to the next room.
Fun fact, in the prototype to Zelda 1, you would go to the right and walk through the wall, and that's where your silver arrows were.
Yeah.
Speaking
Good room there. That was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Your movement through each room determines where the Wizrobes will go, the blue, and where the red will spawn. And so he and Eunice, we mentioned earlier, have done a lot of experimenting with good room strats to get through this quickly.
Was that a screw you bean?
Well, no.
I think he was watching.
He was
him.
preparing for. I didn't see it. It's like it was a preemptive.
Yeah, that blue Wizrobe will like to just fire at you just cause it's the worst Wizrobe in the game.
Yeah, it's a global timer of whether or not he shoots. Probably like 4 frames out of 50 or something like that. He'll actually shoot.
This reverse C pattern is awful because usually the blues stack up, but here they start apart and you kind of have to corral them. But well done there.
It's a tough room.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to die, but you can waste 20 seconds in that room if things go wrong.
Yeah.
Nice clip by BT there, courtesy of
you.
Thank you.
Who?
All right, so BT has maybe somewhere around 1:45 to go if things go well.
It's going to reverse clip into this diamond here.
Nicely done.
Does it easily. Now he's going to clip through this patcher without taking any damage.
He's going to get hit twice.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, let's see what he did.
Backed up.
Oh, man, almost did it. Yeah.
Taking the easy route there.
Yeah.
Easy and safe. And RE gets through with 8 hearts, gets to the red ring, so he'll be up to 32.
Yes, good multiplication skills.
Yep.
IR smart.
Yeah.
JSR forcing a bomb.
Final force battle room for Wizrobes for BT. Took a red Wizrobe dead on and killed it. That's good.
Walks
I like the trap damage boost
Yeah.
there. That was nice. Can also take another one up here.
I wonder if we're going to see the flawless Patcher 3 skills here.
Yeah.
He was practicing it like 100 times.
Yeah, we did a lot of practice
this
in the
Patcher
practice
fight,
room.
So how many hits is he going to get here, Lack? How many times is he going to hit him?
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay, 3. I'll go 2.
Oh, he's doing it.
1, 2.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Nice.
Oh, man.
All right. Time's coming up for BT after he rescues Zelda.
Yep,
so.
we have a piggy fight. We need bacon.
He takes 4 hits here. 1, 2.
Missed the stun lock there.
Yep. Hit him with a boomerang. Oh.
Ooh.
Something weird going on.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Get ready for time when he touches Zelda. And time for BT. That's a great time in a marathon. 37:42? No, 43.
Razor.
Okay, but we have more action left.
Yeah, JSR in the lead here, heading to the final gauntlet. About 1 minute and 10 seconds to go.
And for everything that's went the ways of the runners, I mean, they're still having great runs. I mean, 2 unfortunate deaths, but they're still rocking it out.
JSR got a lot of bomb problems early.
Yeah. He's got plenty of bombs now.
Yeah, now getting them late. He's picking that up since to make up for earlier.
He could do some awesome grayscale strats. Hint, hint. Wink,
Oh
wink,
yeah,
nudge,
yeah,
nudge.
yeah. Let's see some great.
I'm about speed, so let's go.
You can almost do it without pausing.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
It'll just last for the one room.
Did Ari get the clip through Patra? He looked back here. I thought he may have.
It's Bacon again. Swag bomb.
Oh,
He went for the
he
swag
missed the
bomb.
swag bomb.
Hey, that looks familiar. Okay, there we go.
Yep, that's a bear one.
All right, and time coming up for JSR
Yeah,
here.
nice
Got a little
swag.
swag with the arrow.
Yeah. How's he going to rescue Zelda?
Time.
Yeah. Good second place there. Now we got Mr. RE coming up. And
Hi,
Grayscale again.
Good work, Jared.
Ari also doing center
that's
strats. That was nice.
He gave it a good run.
Let's keep a little health here, just in case.
You mentioning health in 9? What could go wrong?
I no, plenty of health here.
Yeah.
He's got 8
obligatory.
hearts.
All right, let's finish him off.
Let's get a perfect Ganon. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. That's how it's done.
Are we going to get grayscale credits? Wink. Oh, he tried. Time.
Yeah, let's give another huge round of applause for these runners. Yeah.
Let's stand up. Let's stand up for these guys. Their first GDQ, everybody, and they did it like champs.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching the 100% No Up A race by these 3 guys. Stay tuned for
Fantastic,
more
guys.
great action from AGDQ.
Like we were saying, there's a great community for this game, and we have an NA% tournament
Shout out
actually
to
starting in the
1010.
next week. So, any of you who are interested in this game, please feel free to join us.
Yes,
Look us up.
definitely. But
Fantastic.
thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Can we also hear it one more time for the commentators as well? Well done.